Hey guys, it's Ep13 here, welcome back to episode 13 of my Dortmund career. Now in today's episode we've got plenty of games to get through. The first game is the second leg of the round of 16 match against Utrecht in the Europa League. So looking forward to that game. We played them in the last episode and we beat them 3-1. But these are still difficult games because we've changed the difficulty now, and so we've made it even harder for ourselves. So every game this episode is going to be a tough one, I imagine. Got a game against Augsburg to also play at home in the league. Don't know if I'm going to be sitting that one yet, we'll have to just wait and see how I feel. We'll be up to it. But a game against RB Leipzig, a huge match, that one, because they're doing pretty well in the league at the moment, and then we've got Borussia Mönchengladbach potentially to get to if we have enough time. So looking forward to these games, really interesting matches actually, and I've really been enjoying it since we've increased the difficulty. Just it's that extra sort of competitive edge that we have that obviously makes every game interesting. This is the team going to go with the opening game of today's episode. Berkey starts in goal, Toljan, Toprak, Socrates, Guerrero, Dahoud, Fekir, Weigl, Royce, Batshuayi and Pulisic all starting. And before we get into this game, if we could try and 100 likes on today's episode, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as well, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at GameFaceHD and on Instagram at GameFaceHD as well, and that will be great. The links to all that is in the description below as well. Let's crack on with this game. Let's try and get ourselves through into the next round of the Europa League. We want to try and win the Europa League, simple as that, and hopefully we can by first of all beating this side. Okay, then here we go. We've got a bit of snow to play in on this game today. Hopefully that's not going to affect things too much. Shouldn't expect it to. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but yeah, it's just going to affect the visibility of the ball a little bit, but I think actually it seems alright. So we should be fine. Hopefully get ourselves a victory in this match. Hopefully get ourselves a good performance as well. Chance for Guerrero early on. Always tricky on his right foot. Also, you might notice I've switched Royce onto the right-hand side. Just a bit of a tweak. He's not played fantastically well in the recent games. He was dropped in the last episode at the end of it anyway, having played on the left-hand side for all the season basically, and just not really been as impactful as I was hoping. So we've put him over to the right-hand side, tried him out there, and that means we've obviously switched over Pulisic to the left-hand side. We'll see how that works. Just curious to try and change that up a little bit. Royce got a chance to try and turn his man here. Good chance to shoot, a little bit off balance, and a goal kick, unfortunately. Batshuayi over to Royce, that's really good. Royce with a chance to cross in now. Good delivery to Pulisic, who went for it but was beaten to by the defender. Really good chance. I thought he was going to make a good connection with that, but unfortunately just beaten to it. Pulisic waiting for the overlap here off Guerrero. That's a great run. Guerrero's got the run over the fullback, goes for a cross into the back post and so close to Royce's head, but the goalkeeper tips it away. Pulisic coming inside, shoots. Oh, had to be saved out for a corner. Pulisic to deliver. Good ball in actually. Great chance. Oh, Batshuayi flicks it. Saved though. Oh, wow. Thought they'd scored there. Really good chance just before half-time. 5 minutes left. Thought it was going over Berkey, but luckily just gets a hand to it to tip it over the bar. It was certainly dipping over him for a second, but a good jump to put it out for a corner. Good opportunity for them actually to get themselves a goal before the break. We've got to defend it properly. Can we clear this away? It's a good delivery, and we just about headed it clear. Royce on the overlap here. Fekir's running the channel this time round. Gonna look for a cutback. Can he find one? Good chance. Batshuayi saved by the keeper. Pulisic follows up. It's a goal, but it's an offside goal on the stroke of half-time. Unfortunate, but it's great play again from our attackers. Fekir makes a great run down the right-hand side. Seems to have pulled out onto the right for some reason, but he's doing a good job there. Great cutback. This is a great save. I don't know how the keeper's got back across his goal like this. And Pulisic quite rightly given offside there. But so close to a fourth goal to get on aggregate. Unfortunately hasn't got it. Royce coming forward, look for Batshuayi. What a pass. Batshuayi gets the fourth. That's the one. There we go. 1-0 in this game. 4-1 in aggregate. Royce doesn't really celebrate, but he gets himself an assist there. And Batshuayi gets the goal. Really good play. And it all comes really from a mistake from the Utrecht defence. I think it's the goalkeeper that basically just plays it to us straight from the offside call that was given a second ago. And eventually scored 1-0. Half-time. Happy to take the lead. Just on the stroke of half-time as well. Let's move on to the second half. Hopefully build on that. Toljan over to Royce. Go on. Batshuayi. Oh, good connection. Dahoud over to Fekir to shoot. Oh, deflects in. It's 2-0. Will Fekir take it? I think he might. He should really be on target, I think, that one. But it's a goal for us to double our lead in this game and add a fifth to the aggregate scoreline. Fekir gets it. To be honest, he's been fairly quiet in this game, other than that chance where he went down the right-hand side and obviously created a goal which was given offside. Other than that, he has been quite quiet centrally in terms of scoring chances and that sort of thing. But he has got himself a goal here. I'm pretty sure it'll go down as his as well. And there we have confirmation. 5-1 aggregates. This game's looking very comfortable for us now. We'll look to take some players off because we've got a game in, I think, 4 or 5 days' time. First two changes, Sancho and Philippe to come on will take off Fekir and Pulisic. Those two guys, obviously, playing a good part in this game. Fekir, like I said before, is a little bit quiet, but still has contributed with a couple of chances. Sancho obviously going on the right-hand side, meaning that Reus is going to come centrally now. Hopefully gets him on the ball a little bit more, trying to build up his confidence a bit. 30 minutes to go to try and get him more than just an assist. Hopefully a goal if we can, or just contribute a little more to the game. So that's what we're trying to do. Hopefully it's going to work. Got a free kick to defend first of all. Is he going to hit the wall? Nope, just going to go miles over. Toljan getting up the right-hand side, going to cross. What a ball in. What a chance. Oh, what a finish from Sancho, the substitute. That's the sort of thing where I'd expect Reus to be in that position, but Sancho's made a great run into the box nevertheless, and he's found himself centrally and smashed that one home on the volley. 3-0, 6-1 on aggregate. This is with a change difficulty as well. We're running right now in the second half. We have done most of this game, really. We've looked very good. Toljan on the overlap. Look at that. What a ball in. Unmarked. Quality finish. 3-0. Was strange to see Sancho pop up centrally there, but good to see him get in the box in general. Sancho into Batshuayi, takes a touch, shoots. Oh, wide. Time for Reus to come off now and get a bit of a rest. Santon's going to come on. He'll place the central attacking mid, which is a bit out of position, to be honest, but we'll go with it anyway, and hopefully puts in a good shift for us there. Just going to take Reus off to rest him. Another game to play, and hopefully he'll feature in that one. Toljan waiting for the run of Batshuayi. That's more like it. Great movement. A chance to shoot. And thought we blasted it past the keeper, but it's saved by him. And 10 minutes to go of this game. Sanson to deliver the ball in. What a ball as well. Batshuayi couldn't quite get there and cleared away. Toljan coming inside to cross. Great chance for Philippe. Oh, bounces nicely for him. He's onside as well. The keeper saves and then clears. Guerrero switch it over to Sancho, who's totally free. Another volley maybe. This time wide and doesn't quite hit the target. That's it. Won the game 3-0, 6-1 on aggregate. Really, really solid performance from us there. Fantastic way that we controlled the game and basically just saw it out. Did everything we needed to do. Totally deserved. Very happy to get into the next round of the Europa League. Star performance from me was probably from Toljan, the right back. I'm not really too sure what rating he's got or anything like that, but for me, he was really heavily involved. 9.3 rating. Yeah, that's certainly what I would have gone with. Has the goalkeeper got man of the match? Who's got it? Oh, Fekir. Who got a 9.4 rating. Wow, great stuff from him. But yeah, the right back was quite clearly on a great bit of form in that game. On some play drills this week, and we have made a couple of changes in between episodes. Brought in the young centre mid, the young French centre mid that we brought in, I think, from Borussia Mönchengladbach. In the last transfer window, he comes in to do 2 drills now. I think Sancho dropped out one of them. I think the goalkeeper might have dropped out the other. Can't remember. We have replaced a couple of them just to try and train him up and hopefully get him a little bit closer to the first team. No massive changes this week, but Sancho gets closer to 73 overall. Just seen a change to the fixture list. I think they've brought in those Europa League games now, so that's replaced what I think was the Borussia Mönchengladbach game. That's been rearranged. So what we're going to do is we'll send the game against Augsburg, we'll play Leipzig, and then we'll also play this game against Rosenborg in the round of 16 as well. Okay, for the match against Augsburg, this is a team that I've gone with. Made loads of changes, to be honest. I'm focusing on the game against Leipzig after this match in a few days' time, but we've had to also make changes from the last game as well. So we have changed things up, but Philippe scores 6 minutes in. What a start that is for us. Helps settle us down a little bit. Hopefully we can maintain that now and hopefully add to it as well. 30 minutes in, still remains 1-0. Approaching half-time, looking to add to the scoreline if possible. Going into the second half, let's skip. And we've won the game 2-0. Very happy about that. It's Castro adding a second to the scoreline. That obviously extended our lead up at the top. And Leipzig, even though they have played an extra game than us, they are a little bit far behind. 15 points at the moment. And that could be extended if we win the game in hand and if we win this next match as well. So we're really getting ahead of everyone at the moment. Quite impressive. But I think mainly down to everyone else being pretty bad in the opening stage of this season and past the halfway point now. So even though we have been good, everyone else has just been pretty bad as well. Training injury, Berkey's out for 5 weeks. That might just mix things up a little bit. 5 weeks is a long time without your first choice goalkeeper. And yeah, that could be a difficult one now. Broken metatarsal for him. So that means, is it Weidenfeller, our second choice goalkeeper, I think? Yeah, that could be interesting. The other option is we bring in the young goalkeeper from the youth academy. He's 70 overall, but obviously Weidenfeller's better. He's 6'3", obviously not going to be as mobile as in previous years, but yeah, we'll see. We'll go with him for now, and hopefully he's going to be okay. I think if there ever was a right time to promote the goalkeeper, I think it's probably now, to be honest, when we're down to 2 keepers. This guy's better than our third choice goalkeeper as well, so we will promote him to the senior team. Already looking a really talented player, 71 overall in fact, so he's gone up recently. So he joins us, very impressed with his current overall and growth rate as well, and he'll kind of just be behind Weidenfeller a little bit, but that does mean we are going to get rid of this guy. We'll just basically cancel his contract, allow him to leave, and we've brought in a really good youngster there, Swiss player as well, so very impressed by his stats. Might actually be better than Weidenfeller's. Tell you what, not too far away. Not too far away at all. Better at diving, better kicking, but handling, positioning, reflexes, not quite there yet, but certainly very close to overtaking him though. So I think we'll get rid of our other goalkeeper, don't really need him, even though we've obviously got lost a player to injury, a goalkeeper to injury, we are still going to get rid of him now. He's got 4 months left in his contract anyway, keen to move him on and just release his contract basically. For some reason the players don't seem to have recovered very well, don't really know why that's the case with Batshuayi. Maybe he played a long time that last game, but I'm pretty sure Rodrigo's actually in better condition than Batshuayi. Seems a little odd, but we are going to change on the team anyway a little bit, and I think that's what we'll go with as well. This is the team going to go with Weidenfeller obviously starting goal, Toljan top right, Socrates and Guerrero in defence, then Docker, Weigl and Fekir in midfield. Fekir goes up to 86 overall. REUS, Rodrigo and Pulisic make up our front three, with the bench looking like this. Pretty happy with the team that we've got, hopefully going to get a good performance from Reus. Should be in pretty much, I think, top condition, I think. Hopefully he's recovered. Yeah, it seems like he has. And also good news that I think, breaking news you can see here, hopefully this is it, yes, we've got somehow top rank winning player of the month. It's not often you see a defender winning it, so very impressed by that. But I'm pretty sure it's him that's won it anyway. Yeah, it just seems a little bit strange, but I mean, it's fully deserved. He has played good football for us. Okay, to the game against Leipzig, they've dropped down to third now. Borussia Mönchengladbach actually overtaking them, so that'll make this game very interesting. Hopefully going to be able to beat them. It's obviously a changed team in some aspects, in other aspects, obviously our stronger side. But yeah, we're going to see how we get on. So Mandzukic starts up front here for Leipzig. Let's see how we get on. I've gone with two strikers, which we don't usually come up against, I don't think. So that could be an interesting challenge for us, but I'm looking forward to this game, hoping that we get ourselves a victory, but not a great start for us, giving the ball away very easily there. Pulisic. Oh, off the bar. How's the goalkeeper not dealt with that? So I was expecting him just to get a hand to it quite easily, and in the end he makes a bit of a mess of that and allows us nearly to score early on in this game. But Toljan now driving forward yet again. Good pass into that post. Oh, wide. So close there for Pulisic. I'll be honest, wasn't supposed to pick out Pulisic. It was just supposed to go into the middle, I think, for Rodrigo, but found its way there and should really do better from that position. The aim for me is to try and keep the ball as far away from Weidenfeller as possible in this game, because I'm not so convinced about his goalkeeping ability at 37, so hopefully we can do that. We've done it so far, just inside 30 minutes here. Maybe a chance for them to do something, but no, we can clear that away. Good chance here for Reus down the right-hand side, looking for a cutback. We found it, but can we find Rodrigo now? Oh, trickles wide. So close to opening the scoring, but still remains 0-0. Both teams having chances. It's been a fairly good start. I think we've just about been on top, though, in terms of the quality of those chances. Haven't yet to find the back of the net. Good chance for Timo Werner. He scores 1-0. 3 minutes before half-time. Disappointed by that because it's the first shot on target that they've had. I said we wanted to keep the ball as far away from the goalkeeper as possible in order to prevent him from having to save anything. I mean, he's ultimately not saved it anyway. But yeah, it's very frustrating for us there because it's a good ball through. Defence is just far too wide open there. Top right for some reason starts running the other way before he starts running towards Werner. Just shoots and scores. Weidenfeller, I don't think can do too much really from that sort of range, and it's a good strike. But yeah, losing the game 1-0 certainly gets the run of play, so a little bit frustrated by that, but there's still plenty of time. Just got to cut out those sloppy passes. Half-time, still losing the game 1-0. Need to try and get back into this match if we can. Got the second half to try and do that as well. Hopefully we do that, and yeah, let's just see if we can be a little bit better, try and be a bit more clinical when going forward. The stretch does again of Leipzig. Good chance of Werner. We've not managed to handle them properly. And I'll tell you what, the last time we lost, I think might have been, was it the last episode or the one before? And it was to Leipzig. I've just remembered now. I think it was a 2-0 loss. So hopefully we can do better than that. But at the moment, it seems like it might be heading for a similar sort of result. Switching the ball out to Pulisic. Good pass. Pulisic brings it down. Now he needs somebody in the box. I might have to go alone. Oh, trickles past the keeper. That's very fluky, but we'll take every goal we can get. Wasn't even supposed to do that. It's supposed to come on his right foot, not his left. And come inside and try and finesse it into the far post. And so it's the complete opposite of what I was anticipating, but it's gone in. That's the most important thing. Puts us back in level terms and gives us a platform now to hopefully go and get the winning goal. But you can just see the keeper should do better at his front post there. Disappointing from him. But we'll take it. We needed a goal. 1-0. It's an own goal, though, unfortunately. Oh, good play again. Werner's through, Guerrero's the wrong side of him, has to get the right side and saved at the front post by the goalkeeper. Made it look more difficult than it should have been. Out for a corner, Kevin Campbell, our former player, to come on. Rodo, another one of our former players, to go off. And let's try and clear this away. 25 minutes left into the front post, and it is away. Okay, 3 changes. 15 minutes to go now. Dahoud, Yarmolenko, Sancho all to come on. We're going to take off Dendoncker, Reus and Pulisic. Those guys getting quite tired. Dendoncker in particular sort of drifted out of this game a little bit. I think we need someone that's going to get us a goal, really, and Dahoud's got more of a chance of that. Fekir's gone a little bit quiet in this match as well, so hopefully he can perk up a little bit. There's actually about 20 minutes left, plus added on time, so hopefully enough time to get ourselves a victory, making all 3 changes for as much impact as possible, ideally. Let's see what sort of impact they make. Yarmolenko waiting for that run now. What a pass that is through to Rodrigo. He's got to be onside. Rodrigo going into the back post. Oh, beaten to it, but followed up. That's a goal for Dahoud, the substitute. That's the impact they can make. And we're in front for the first time in this game with 15 minutes left. Dahoud scores on his left foot. Really good finish, actually. Even though it is into, I think, essentially an empty net. And the injured Toprak's there to celebrate. He was on the ground a second ago. He's got up quickly. But yeah, really good run actually from Rodrigo. Great play from Yarmolenko. Good clearance initially with the overhead kick from the defender. And it wasn't actually an empty net. He had to pick out the top left-hand corner. Keeper's obviously a little bit out of position, but he had no chance anyway. And it's not quite the top left, but it's near enough. 2-1. Sancho look for the ball through to Fekir. Good chance on his right foot. Oh, had to watch that one so carefully as it came over his shoulder. Hits it so sweetly, but unfortunately it's at the keeper and it's saved. And it's a really good chance for Fekir, who I'm still looking to try and get a goal, really. He's not managed to do that in a little while now, I don't think. Could be wrong. Rodrigo going out over to Sancho, but intercepted. That's it, got ourselves a victory. 2-1 victory there over Leipzig. Maybe a little bit harsh on them. They had a good few chances and they did put us under pressure. That's what happens when you go 2 up front. It does that sort of thing to you. But I think we eventually coped with it, got back into the game a little bit more in the second half, and I think just about deserved the victory in the end. You see we had a few more shots than them, but quite a close game. Okay, on to some players' drills now after that game. Really impressive victory. Also extends our lead even further in front of Leipzig after that comeback. This week we don't have much progress, to be honest. Sancho's gone up by himself without the training, and we got very close to going up to 72 overall there. Did that centre mid. Not quite happening though this week. Okay, scout reports to have a look at. Look at this guy. Is he another goalkeeper? Potential of 84 to 94. We're struggling to have enough space to cater for all these guys. We have to go really strict on what's acceptable in the youth academy and what's not. That's a little bit tough, a little bit harsh on the guys, but we're going to have to do that, I think, because we're not going to have enough space for some of the best players. Okay, this is the team we're going to go with for the final game of today's episode against, I think, Rosenborg, if that's how you pronounce the name, in the Europa League, the first leg of that as well. Weidenfeller, of course, starting in goal. Toljan, Toprak, Socrates and Durm in defence. We've got Dahoud, Rodrigo and Sanson in midfield, with Philippe on the right-hand side this time, Batshuayi and Pulisic also in there as well. So a few changes in the side. Obviously, you've noticed that Reus isn't in there, Weigel's not in there, a couple of others like Fekir has been dropped out as well. Not due to anything other than really just sort of changing the team round, having other games to play. They're on the bench, so you know there's no real issue. Obviously, Weigl drops out totally, but those guys have more of an impact off the bench, if I'm honest. You see the rest of the team I've gone with there, so pretty happy with it. I think Sané will come in for the next game, next episode, just because he hasn't played in a few games now. But let's see how we get on, try and end the episode strong with another victory. Okay, here we go for this game. Obviously, you've got Rodrigo playing as a centre attacking mid instead of Fekir for this match. I've just seen good qualities in him and seen good performances in him in that position before, so we're going to see how we get on, try and get the most out of this team and hopefully get the best performance possible. Rodrigo driving at them with the ball there, but just losing it, unfortunately. Batshuayi over to Rodrigo, chance to unleash him. Rodrigo shoots and saved, and I thought that was going to be the opening goal, and nearly proved my point as to why I was starting him in that position. Not quite though. Inside the first 10 minutes of this game as well. Batshuayi still going to look to Rodrigo, but cut out just about, and a foul in there. Oh, Toljan making the overlapping run once again. Go for a cross. Oh, good delivery, but punched away. Every single time he keeps doing that, and he keeps having a decent success rate at it as well. Just getting beyond the right winger. Good chance actually there from range. Didn't quite see who it was with the strike, but it forced a save. And out for a corner. Rodrigo to deliver this. To be an outswinger. Batshuayi's in there, so is Socrates. Good connection on that, but again, saved by the keeper. Pulisic right at the defence, trying to cause some issues, going to have to shoot. What a finish from Pulisic as well. He's ran inside from the left-hand side, and he cuts in and shoots on his right foot. 1-0. I've opened the scoring on the stroke of half-time there for us. Really, really good run, forcing the defence to try and do something. They couldn't really stop him because he's just running directly at them. and in the end just weaves in and out, finds a little gap to shoot in, and he scores. It opens the lead in this game. I was getting a bit worried because we have been getting a little bit frustrated at the lack of clear-cut chances, but this is a really good one here that he creates himself, runs into the space, they keep backing off, and eventually, once you get to that sort of range, you can have a shot, and he scores 1-0. Half-time now as well, last chance of the first half of the match anyway, and we score from it, so very impressed, and yeah, Pulisic overall has done a good job so far. Really happy with how he's doing on the left-hand side as opposed to the right. Let's crack on with the second half now. As you can see, Philippe, Rodrigo and Pulisic in particular seem to be running out of energy a little bit more than everyone else. I think it's because they're doing most of the work, really. Sanson to deliver, Batshuayi's there. Oh, goal! It's got in. Batshuayi with the flick on at the front post. It's unbelievable how that's found the back of the net, but it does. Great little flick on, and goalkeeper should really think a little bit better, but he can't get there, and we've doubled our lead inside the first couple of minutes of the second half. Unbelievable. We get one goal before the break, and one directly after it. Good delivery in from this corner. Batshuayi beats a couple of guys to it, and actually the keeper can't get there, can he? It loops over him into the far post. Great connection, and there's no stopping that. Nobody on the back post, or at least whoever was on the back post might well have left it. Not really too sure, but you could argue the defending there is a little bit suspect, but we'll take it, doubling our leads and giving us a strong advantage now. 2 away goals here. Okay, all 3 changes. Sancho, Reus, and is it Cruisance? Not really too sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but he comes on as well in midfield. We're going to take off Dahoud, Pulisic and Rodrigo. Obviously Pulisic and Rodrigo in particular very tired. Dahoud just getting a rest, really. So we'll go with that now. Reus at centre attacking mid again. We'll see what he does. He's got about 25 minutes to, again, try and perform and impact this game a little bit from the bench. Reus look for the ball through. Batshuayi scores. A little trickle in the back of the net. Reus has been on the pitch about a minute and plays it through really well to Batshuayi, who just about gets it past the keeper. And there we go. Add another to the scoreline. We've been given loads of time there and space on the ball with Reus, and that finish is just about enough to go into the back of the net. Impressed by that, but again, it all comes from a mistake, really. They had a free kick from an offside, and they ended up just looping it straight to us in midfield. We won it, and the attack was on there with Reus. So, impressed by the way that we've been very clinical there. Batshuayi gets his second of the game, on for a hat-trick with 20 minutes to go. Back into Batshuayi. What an interception that was, though. Oh, side netting. Great chance for them to pull him back there. Not that it made a huge difference, really, in this game. But maybe in the overall tie, there's still another leg to play. Oh, Sancho with a great challenge on the keeper. We'll take that. He's stayed down. He's done nothing there. A little bit of a late one, but he deserved it, to be fair. There we go. 3-0 victory. Happily take that. 3 away goals. Don't often expect that, really, do you, in this sort of competition and at this stage of the competition as well. I think round of 16 right now. So impressive to do that. We've turned them over pretty easily. We've had 1 or 2 chances, but not enough really to compete and get anything else from this game. Impressed. They also didn't have any shots on target, so not really ever going to score if you don't do that. So, yeah, overall very impressed that we've done that, but there's still a second leg to be played. I think probably next episode. But yeah, just glad to give us ourselves a bit of an advantage, and so we can maybe, if we want to, change the team around a little bit, give other players a bit of a run out if we want to. But you can see Borussia Mönchengladbach in second place now, Bayern 2 points behind them, but have played an extra game, so they could end up going a little bit further down, possibly, or further away from us. But you can see we now have 15 points in front of Borussia Mönchengladbach. But like I say, we both have a game in hand over the teams below us, so we'll wait and see what comes of that. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode. If we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as well, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at GameFaceHD and on Instagram at GameFaceHD as well. The links to all that in the description below, and you can go ahead and click those links and go straight through to my pages. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.